We won't have the time to look at all the products, but I would just like to say enough about these products so that you can get the picture here that these are really exceptional products that you cannot find anywhere else. And at the end, how these products really can work together. So let's start with the first product, which is the one that Randy and Wendy were talking about, how the company started with Y.E.S. Now, Y.E.S is today a line of product, but at the center of this line of product is the advanced polypeptide technology, APT-200. So I could go into the detail in summarizing from a physiological standpoint what these peptides are doing. But I think more effectively would be to just say, to put this product into its historical context. And I think it will really give the meaning of how exceptional this product is. When stem cell science started in the early 2000s, and really what stem cells could do in the body became so obvious, and it caught sort of the interest of the whole medical community and scientific community, this is the time when we developed what was the first version of what became later Revitably. And at that time, we immediately identified that a skincare product based on these stem cell peptides would just be a revolution in the world of skincare. The problem is that from a conceptual standpoint, it's a simple thought. But to reduce this into an actual process where you can produce these peptides at large scale for a product that you start to market worldwide, that was a different story. So at the time, as far as I know, when this product came out, Y.E.S, it was the first product of its kind, and it was a breakthrough technology at the time. And even today, it is a breakthrough technology in the sense that while there are a few other products out there that truly have stem cell technology, many claims that they do, but very, very few does. Among these products, it is still really a leader and an exceptional product. And to understand how that works, just in a broad brush here, stem cells, the skin is the tissue in the body that renews, one of the tissues that renews the fastest. And the way it works is its own stem cells. These stem cells will turn into all the different types of cells in the skin, and one of these types of cells is responsible for making collagen, elastin, and all the components that the skin needs. Now, these stem cells in the skin are not immortal. They will deplete themselves. So in order for your skin to stay youthful and radiant, you need to replenish this population of skin stem cells. And that is a role of stem cells coming from the bone marrow. They go from the bone marrow to the blood, from the blood to the skin, and then they do what they do in the skin. So APT-200, or these peptides produced by stem cells, when you apply them on the skin, they support the migration of stem cells from the blood to the skin. They support the proliferation of stem cells in the skin. They support the conversion of stem cells into the cells of the skin that will do what cells of the skin needs to do. One of these roles is to accumulate and rebuild collagen in the skin. So we're talking about a technology that goes really at the very core of what is the natural renewal process of the skin. And that is why so many people see the benefits coming from Y.E.S. So it is, for the skin, it is really a foundational product. Now, another foundational product, again, Wendy talked about it because it was at the beginning of the Jeunesse history, is Reserve. Now, to summarize Reserve in few words, Reserve is a blend of fruit extract that all concentrate one specific class of compounds called polyphenols. If you go on the library of the National Institutes of Health in America, and you just put polyphenols, you will see tens of thousands of scientific articles documenting the various effects of polyphenols on various aspects of human health. It is probably one of the classes of compounds that has been the most studied. There are even a few studies here in America, but mostly in Europe, done on populations and looking at the impact of the general polyphenol intake of various people through fruits and vegetables and everything in their diet, and correlating this with health. And there's a clear correlation between the consumption of polyphenols and the health of the cardiovascular system, lipid metabolism in the body, and even longevity. So Reserve is a foundational product in the sense that the more you put these polyphenols in your body, you know that your body will use them and it will have an impact on health. And it contains one specific polyphenol called resveratrol. Now, if you go back again in the library of the National Institutes of Health and you put resveratrol, you will see now more than 10,000 papers, only studies only on that specific polyphenol. It has been linked to cardiovascular health. It has been linked to cognitive health, so health of the brain, health of the heart. It has been linked with recovery after strenuous exercise. You go to the gym and you really exercise hard. Resveratrol was documented to help recover from this, documented to help in the proper duplication of DNA, cellular replication. So many different benefits, to the point where Reserve is the kind of product that, you know, if you put that in your diet every day, you know that your body will benefit from all these polyphenols. Now, another product that to me is groundbreaking and exceptional is Nara. Nara is marketed for the skin, but and it is good for the skin. There's no question. But I would like to insist on one aspect that to me is really important in this message, is that collagen. So Nara is made out of collagen peptide, so the building blocks, if you want, of collagen. But collagen is not only in the skin. Of course, it is in the skin, and it is where you see it. But it is in many places where you don't see it. It is in your connective tissue, your tendon, your ligaments, your bones contain a lot of collagen. The collagen is what makes your bones flexible and supple, and what bends does not break. So a lot of the fragility of bones come from the decline in the amount of collagen that we have everywhere in the body. So of course, it's a product for the skin, but it's for the whole body. And the reason why it is so important to take a product like Nara is that those peptides coming into collagen, entering into the makeup of collagen, they are unique to collagen, meaning you find them only in collagen. The role of collagen in the body is due to its three-dimensional shape. It has unique amino acid that really gives collagen that three-dimension. In order to have these amino acids, you need to consume collagen. So you need to eat skin, tendon, connective tissue. So the question is simple here. When is the last time that we had skin, connective tissue, or tendon for dinner? Never. Because it's the thing that you get rid of because it's too chewy, it's too hard, you can digest it. So it's not part of our diet. So as we age, we all develop a deficiency in the very building block of the component, collagen, that is essential as the soft skeleton of your entire body and the makeup of your skin. So your body is thirsty for these amino acids in order to start to rebuild the collagen in the body. So yes, it is for the skin. It will help the skin rebuild its collagen, the consequence of which is going to be youthful appearance, more flexibility to the skin, lots of good things in the skin. But I just want to say that those benefits are not only experienced in the skin. It will be experienced everywhere in the body. So yes, take it for your skin, but be ready to see other benefits everywhere in the body. The next one, AMPM. AMPM is a complex product, but at the same time, it's a very simple product. Health starts at the cellular level. For your cells to function properly, they require all the vitamins, the minerals, all the nutrients that cells need to function normally. There are thousands and thousands of chemical reactions, biochemical reactions taking place in the cell, and they're all dependent upon the presence of vitamins, minerals, and cofactors, various nutrients. That's what we have in AMPM. And AMPM was developed with a specific attention here to support DNA replication, so cellular division. You need cellular division. Cellular division takes place during your entire life. It is the foundation of the renewal of your tissues, as we will see with RevitaBlue. So you need to support DNA replication. That's what AMPM does. So it's another foundational product alongside Reserve, Nara, and then on your skin, Luminous. Now, another key product is the Zen system. Now, for an outsider looking at the Zen system and the way that it's presented, what it looks like, for a lot of people, it is a weight loss or weight management program. But I would like here, and Mark can certainly talk about the whole system better than I can, but my study of the system, my use of the system kind of led me to, to think of the Zen system more as a body balance system. There are things that happen as we age, or things that accumulate in the body as we age that will have an effect on the body. And the consequence of all of this is that we all tend to put on some weight, additional weight. We tend to accumulate fat tissue in the body. We tend to develop some form of a kind of a chronic fatigue. The brain is not as sharp as it used to be. It's all the consequence of an imbalance that develops in the body, which is also maintained by the presence of the fat tissue that has developed. We think of fat tissue as something that we look in the mirror and we just would like it to go away. It's something aesthetics that maybe we don't like, but fat tissue is much, much more serious than that in a sense. What I mean is that fat tissue produces compounds, adiponectins in general, but compounds that have some form of a, let's say, hormonal effect in the body. It will affect brain function. It will affect lipid metabolism, glucose metabolism. It will affect a lot of things that will reduce your quality of life. So the Zen system is essentially developed to help reduce some of these factors that take place in your body as you age that will lead to the accumulation of fat tissue. Then help reduce fat tissue and transfer these into lean muscle mass with a product that will support the buildup of lean muscle. And then a protein product that is going to provide all the amino acids to build muscle mass. All of this in a program that altogether shift your body from lipids to lean muscle mass. So you may not necessarily change your weight, but you will change your dimension. But the consequence of all of this is going to be a much healthier balance in your body, from which you will experience almost invariably greater quality of life. Now, the last product that I want to talk about is Revitablue. I can say a little bit more about Revitablue because I've developed it. So this is the results of virtually 20 years of research. And it starts, to understand Revitablue, we need to understand what the product does. The product supports stem cells. So to understand this, we need to understand what are cells. And then it reveals really the impact that this product can have in the body. The reason why so stem cells are cells in your body that can transform into virtually any kind of cells in your body. They can become heart cells, liver cells, brain cells, skin cells, lung cells, pancreatic cells, kidney cells, everything in your body. The reason why there is such an interest in stem cells worldwide is because there is the recognition, well documented in the scientific literature, that stem cells holds or have significant, huge regenerative properties. When you inject or when you put stem cells in the body, they have the ability of really supporting the ability of the body to regenerate. Now, these stem cells that are used in various protocols, they are coming from your fat tissue, from your bone marrow, from your blood, or like Randy described with his knee, they took stem cells in his body, spun them, and put them back in the knee. So they were in the body to begin with. So the big question is, if they are already in the body, then what do they do? Is there a way of tapping into the regenerative potential of stem cells that are already in the body? And what science, stem cell science, is telling us now after 15, 20 years of research, something that is clear and very well understood in science, is that stem cells constitute your repair system. Just like you have an immune system where you have lymph nodes that will release immune cells that will go everywhere in the body, but they will specifically go where you have an infection, where your immune system will do what the immune system does. In the same way, you have a bone marrow that releases a very specific type of cell, the stem cell, that will go everywhere in the body, but specifically in areas that are in need of repair. So stem cells constitute the repair system. Whenever there's something that is not functioning properly in your body, stem cells will be attracted to that area. They will migrate in that tissue, and they will participate to the process of tissue repair. But to me, one aspect that is even more important than the aspect of repair, because most of our life, we spend our lives without having anything broken. Having something broken is sort of exceptional in our lives. So what is happening the rest of the time? What we realized through stem cell research is that while stem cells play a key role in repair, they also play a role in the background by replacing the cells that are being lost. Every day of our life, we lose cells in every tissue. In order for your tissues to stay healthy, strong, radiant, function properly, normally, you need to replace the cells that are being lost. And that's the role of stem cells every day, to go from the blood, migrate into these tissues, and play a key role in the process of tissue renewal, tissue maintenance. The problem here is that as we age, the red marrow that makes stem cells transform into yellow marrow or fatty marrow that does not make stem cells. That conversion happens very early in our life. Already by the end of our teens, we have lost most of our red marrow. When we celebrate our 30th birthday and we have a big party, what we don't realize on that day is that you're left with probably about 5% of the stem cells that you're born with. So right there at that time, although you're still very young, you start to accumulate a tissue loss that will show itself, will reveal itself into various types of health problems in 10, 20, 30 years down the road. But it has already started because you have lost that balance in your body. You no longer have enough stem cells in circulation to fully compensate for the normal process of cellular loss that is associated with aging. So in order to help the body age with health, strength, and vitality, in order to keep the health that you have when you're young, or to help regain it, when you're less young, you simply need to put more stem cells in circulation. And that is what RevitalBlue has been designed to do. RevitalBlue is a blend of natural ingredients that have been documented to simply support a very natural process in the body, which is the release of stem cells from your bone marrow. You already do it simply by putting more of these stem cells in circulation. You support this very foundational process of tissue renewal in the body. Now, there are other products that claim to support stem cell release on the marketplace. What is unique here with RevitalBlue, and it would take time to go through all the details, but of these ingredients, there are specific amounts that have been documented to have the effect on stem cells. This is present in some literature that has been published. RevitalBlue is based on a patented ingredient that has been documented to support the release of stem cells from the bone marrow, the sea buckthorn berry extract. It is the only product that has ingredients in an amount equal to what has been published in scientific literature and demonstrated to have an effect. So all these products, I didn't have a chance to go through all of them, but to me, the take-home message, aside from the exceptional nature of each and every one of these products, to me, what has impressed me from the day that I started to look at the whole product line at Jeunesse is how these products play together with a very, very interesting synergy. For example, we talked about RevitalBlue. It puts more stem cells in circulation. Polyphenols that you have in reserve will support the ability of these stem cells to find in which tissue where to go. When they go in the skin, Luminous can help them migrate in the skin and then do what stem cells do in the skin. Stem cells, as they duplicate, will do better if they have all the ingredients that you have in AMPM. So we can continue like this and talk about how all these different products really work together in an amazing synergy. So my take-home message is, if you have tried these products and maybe you have not seen the results that you expected, start to blend them together. If you're new to these products, play with them, try them, but take them together to really see what that synergy can do for you.